Well, Greg, seems 7 months ago we were talking to you. You hadn't even had a pro fight yet. We were trying to figure out if you really knew what you were doing, if you were real at this, and now you're in the UFC. So what's the emotion like for you right now?
I'm happy and elated, man. I'm ecstatic to be here, and, emotions are high, feelings are high. It feels great.
I know that you believe that you could be here, and I think people expected you to be here. But when you got the call, when it came time that, yes, it's done, what was that like for you?
It felt great. I got to go through the process, and we've had all these talks about, why are you going through all these fights? Why are you taking the developmental deal? And it just feels phenomenal to be able to know that I've earned it and I've worked my way up.
So do you feel like even in that handful of fights, you proved that, it's not just the name that's getting in the UFC, it's the fighter and the skill that's getting in the UFC?
For sure. And, a lot of people forget to mention the 3 free fights that I had, traveling across the country, fighting on the circuits just like everybody else. So it's been a total of like 6 fights, grueling circuits, and just kind of playing my part and doing my role. And, like I said, it's made me appreciate the sport, and I'm appreciative to be here so much more so than I would have been, I believe.
What's the feeling like, I wonder, compared to, like, say, before your NFL debut, right? I mean, that's 80,000 people in a stadium, but it's a team full of people, right? And this is a little bit smaller arena, but it's you. So give me an idea, like, how those compare.
I think it's all about the names and the legends that are built in these names, man. I get to be one man going against another one man in the Barclays Center, man. And there's no football player that can say that. They don't even get to touch foot in there unless they're paying. So this is an epic, iconic event for me.
Since the beginning, you've known that when you got to this level, there was going to be controversy around you, right? But when you got announced, considering the things that happened to Rachel Ostovich and how they may connect you, was there any part of you that said, get me off this card, put me somewhere else, I don't want to have to answer these questions, I don't want to have to deal with it? Was there any part of you that said, maybe somebody, can you put me on another card?
Like I said a long time ago, this is my journey. I don't shy away from it, and we all know I'm a company man, so if the boss says get her done, we're going to get her done. So like I said, I've just been more proud and appreciative for this opportunity and tried to look for the blessings and the silver linings in all of this, and it's been a great opportunity.
Co-main event too, it's not just first fight of the night. I mean, co-main event on your first card, does that add responsibility? Does it add excitement? What does that mean to know that they're willing to put you in that slot right away?
And I think it's more the enamor that gets to everyone else more so than it does to me. This is more a homecoming for me. This is more of an opportunity for me to get back to where I was and to be in a place where I can be peaceful and enjoy what I've enjoyed for the last decade.
We hear about octagon jitters, and I mean, fighters that have fought in Pride, fighters that have fought, Bellator, wherever, around the world, they still say they get nervous when they walk in the UFC octagon for the first time. What do you think? Are you worried that you're going to have some of those nerves on fight night?
Nah, I get anxious. I belong here. I live for this, so I just can't wait to get in there. This is what I live for, man.
Talk to me about Alan Crowder. What do you know about him when you got matched up with him? I mean, what do you think about the guy as an opponent?
He seems like a great guy. Excited to get in there and get it to it with him. Haven't really seen much of him other than his film, and don't really know much about his story. But he's a UFC guy. It's my UFC opportunity, so it feels great to me, man. And like I said, I'm excited to throw that first punch.
What do you see in the film? Do you see anything out of him that you haven't seen already that might present a challenge for you?
I see in him what I see in all the other heavyweights in the division. He bleeds.
Fair enough, fair enough. What's the goal here for you? I mean, you've had this incredible run of destruction to get here. I mean, do you feel like you got to go out and make that kind of statement in this fight, or is this really about just getting a win, proving however it matters, however it gets done, that you belong in the UFC?
For me, it's always been about success, just getting the job done however it needs to get done, and I think that's been the mark I've wanted to leave and have been leaving on this fight game, and it's just so happened to come out as quick knockouts, so however it gets there, it gets done for me, and hopefully it is a quick knockout, but just know that we're here all day long if he needs it.
Talk to me about this Prince of War nickname. You didn't have that last time around. Who coined you with that? Where'd that come from? What's the meaning behind it?
I thought long and hard on it, man. And the more I just dove into this world and enjoyed it and got to talk about how it changed me and how it's the effects that it's had on my life, man, I realized I'm a product of this, and just coming from a place to where, they've bred and built me to be the machine that I am today. I am sort of royalty in that aspect, but I am a child, and I wanted people to understand that there are grown men in this league, and I do not fear them, but I understand that royalty comes with a price, and I have not paid that price yet. So, the Prince of War. This is what I do, but I do have to earn it.
Does it bother you that, during your career there's going to be people that choose to hate you no matter what? No matter how many wins you have, no matter how many good deeds you may put in the world, there's going to be people that choose to hate you and choose to doubt you. Does that bother you knowing that you may have to deal with that for the rest of your career?
Regardless of who you are and what you do, there are going to be people that hate you, and you're going to have to deal with things. These are just my burdens, and these are just my my downfalls. So it's what I have to deal with, man. It doesn't bother me. It's something I want to face head on.
You got to take part in that American Top Team dinner the other day. I wondered, just a couple days out from your UFC debut to be surrounded by all these accomplished athletes, champions. What did that do for you?
Motivation, brother. You talk about motivation, man. I think it was like 6 belts in the building, man, and just some of the most humble, chill, cool people I know holding them gold straps over their shoulder and just being recognized as complete assassins is something that motivates you and boils your blood like nothing I've ever felt before, man. And even just being around, Mr. Lambert and seeing his presence and seeing what he built, it established some kind of legacy in my understanding of this sport and this game, and it was a beautiful moment, man.
You say, man, you're not afraid of anybody, but you got stuff to do. Give me an idea. What does 2019 hold for you? What are the goals? I mean, you got here so fast. How quick do you go from here?
I mean, honestly, at this point, brother, we're gonna fight. We're gonna look for that UFC heavyweight belt. We're gonna go the Zuffa boxing title, the WBC. I want to be the great American heavyweight. I want to be the fighting man, the fighting heavyweight of the world. America needs one of those, and I feel like I could be that guy for him.
Could be a huge step on Saturday night. How do you see this thing going? I know you said you're ready for 3 rounds, but we haven't seen anything like that close to you getting into a 3rd round. So when you play this thing out of your head, how does this go?
I would say, man, especially for the future, the key words are it's all up to him. It's destruction from my side, man. I'm the Prince of War. It's going to be war.